Hey, Jack.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, guys. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
It's probably episode much more
Like
than
72.
2, but
62
we
at least.
don't know how many episodes we used to have.
Yeah, it turns out if you don't download the original copy, you just don't get them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, no, you didn't want them, remember?
Those are all gone.
Yeah, so it's a bummer. So starting anew.
Yeah. Are we able to ever get them back?
I don't think
are
so.
we still working on that?
Yeah, no. Well, this is what happened. This is what happened. I think that I saved it because I obviously remember it coming up. I was like, oh, I have to make sure I save this file in case anything happens. We have this backup.
Mm-hmm.
And you switch computers. So you want to have something in the cloud saved as a backup. And then I'm like, oh, we have it on backup. I just have to pull it, and then I can't find it.
Yeah, Justin has a special ability to put things in special places. Real safe.
Yeah.
Very, very safe.
Safety's
so
important.
safe that he can't find them. In fact, recently you found a plethora of cards for me.
Oh, yeah.
That you've bought over the years.
Christmas. Yeah, it was like a Christmas Vacation almost, where he goes in the attic and he finds that old ass card and he dusts it off.
Yeah, that's literally what happened.
It was that, except it was multiple cards.
I found a plethora of cups in the garage the other day that you had bought for me as gifts. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Found those.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I ordered them, but I think I got like a 3 or 4 pack.
Yeah. And those were just
and
hanging
I would give
out.
you one as a gift, and I was like, oh, well, I'll have these backups, and then one day I'll surprise her, and her cup will be busted.
Well, then you forgot about them.
I did, and it's been a couple years, but now you have a lot of new cups. They're just all the same.
I do. Yeah. Well, we jumped right in there, but
yeah, we never follow anything.
Let's try to, get back on track. We need to do a content warning.
Content warning, we cuss and maybe talk about sex sometimes.
Sometimes adult content ahead. And reminder of what we didn't do this last time. So I feel like we need to kind of explain what our plan is for the podcast because we've done a really terrible job.
25 minutes in.
Yeah. And but kind of mixed up all over the place.
Yeah, we're much earlier.
So our plan is we're still going to be putting out episodes.
Yep.
They're not going to be consistent. There's not necessarily going to be an every Monday kind of deal. It's just going to be as we're going through it.
Yep.
As far as the content of our episodes, what would you say the content's going to be?
Well, obviously what we're reading is a big part of it.
It is.
And that's kind of a bulk of it, but also what we like watching on television. I mean, everybody enjoys TV. We enjoy watching television,
We'll talk about that too.
So for sure that sometimes just kind of what's going on, not like no serious stuff, like that's not going to happen, but just kind of like stuff.
And we're currently doing your first read of ACOTAR, Court of Thorns and Roses.
That's right. Yeah.
And so we're getting your play-by-play as you're going through it and telling us what you think. Which
I put in another 20 chapters.
You did. So today we're going to be discussing through chapter 35.
Through 35, yeah. 16 to 35 is what I read.
That's what I think I prepared for as well.
Oh, perfect.
Tentatively. Not really. Yeah. I'm really not doing a lot of preparation in terms of the ACOTAR stuff. That's on you.
Well, so I'm doing none.
Super. Well, clearly we're really well prepared. And that's again, as far as podcast plans, don't come here for very structured, we got our shit together kind of business because we do not have our shit together.
I was just eating Skittles.
Yeah.
Sour Skittles.
Sour Skittles. You were. And if you also our daughter is doing karaoke in another room right now.
Our house is so fucking weird right now.
If you hear anything in the background, that would explain that.
It'll probably be Taylor Swift.
But let's start with our current reads.
Okay.
Let's start there. What are you reading right now? Other than ACOTAR, obviously.
Yeah, the 6th Harry Potter book.
Did we talk about that last time that you're reading Harry Potter?
Yeah, I think briefly.
Did we?
Because we talked about our daughter also reading. That's kind of, we were doing it together.
Yeah.
Started reading at the same time. She's halfway through the 5th book, and then she kind of just said fuck it for a little bit, and she's been reading other shit.
She's really chaotic. I love that she's a reader, so much, but she is such a chaotic reader, and I think that kind of speaks to their generation of just not having very long attention spans.
Yeah.
And she finishes books eventually, but she'll be reading 6 at a time.
Yeah, as an example, we went for a little mini hike the other day, and we drove an hour away to get to where we were going. And she brought no less than 6, possibly 8 books.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you bringing so many books? And she's like, because I'm going to read them all.
Yeah. But not completely. And she did end up reading a whole book. Yeah. I think she's into Roald Dahl. So she's discovered him, which was one of my favorite authors as a kid. And I love that she is going through those and then now watching all the movies that have come out from them.
Yeah.
It's been cool.
And like I said, and she was rocking Harry Potter.
Yeah, she was for a while.
But it's a lot to read that many books in succession. And the fourth and fifth the fifth book's really long.
Yeah.
So I get it. But yes, I am on the sixth book, and I am at the part where, okay, I'm not even going to say a spoiler alert because it's been 20 fucking years. You can get over it. If you're listening to this shit and what I'm about to say,
you've never heard of Harry Potter or seen the movies,
you're listening to the wrong fucking podcast because I don't care. So it's where they find out Dumbledore and Harry are going to find Slughorn, and they've just gone to the house, and he's, a cow or a chair or whatever.
That's pretty early on.
Yeah, it's like 15. I'm reading on Kindle. It's like 15% into the book. So that's where I am. If anybody was like, "What? Slughorn's going to be a chair?"
I don't think that's a major plot point.
Somebody's pissed in their car right now.
I really enjoyed.
What the fuck? It's Slughorn. Who the fuck is Slughorn? He's a chair.
I really enjoyed the sixth Harry Potter book because it gives you so much of Voldemort's backstory that you do not get in the movies, too.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think, and I even said at one point that when you got to the sixth book, I was going to read it with you. Because I think at one point I tried to make you listen to the sixth book on like a road trip or something.
I've listened definitely to like at least 3/4 of a Harry Potter book no less than 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
Because we've driven, across many states on long 8-10 hour trips a few times, and we've listened to them. I just don't remember what they were and what, you know what I mean? That's why I'm reading it.
I think that was one of them because I felt like I really needed you to know the correct backstory to everything for you to fully understand. But I don't think we ever got through the whole thing. But that one is like a really good one. And it is definitely known to be the biggest deviation from the movies is that one because there's so much that's not in the movie.
Well, I'll be excited. I will be excited about the fact that the fifth book was about 850 pages and this book is 650 pages.
A little shorter.
I don't mind. 850 is fine. I will, but that is a long book.
That is a long book.
So when I saw this was 650, I was like, all right, that's nice. I enjoy that.
That is nice.
Because that's not small either.
No, it's not. It's still a hefty book. But
what are you reading?
You're not reading anything else? That's it?
Yeah, I'm reading Harry Potter on Kindle and audiobook and ACOTAR.
Because you were like you'd gotten to a place where you were usually reading like probably 2 books at a time.
Yeah, I was. I'll be honest, I slowed down a lot with that because it's football season and I knew football season was coming. I'm just being real with you.
Yeah.
I have a podcast that I also listen to religiously, and that's 3 times a week, 2 to 3 hours each one. And it's just sports, right? And then I have my local sports radio, which I got to listen to my guys. I have the 3 shows I listen to. So I listen to a lot more sports and not as much books. And reading-wise, I'm really just focusing on Harry Potter because I want to just get through the series. I'm not trying to rush it, but I am ready to read other things.
That's fair.
So I'm just sticking with it so I can go ahead and read it. And I'm enjoying it. It's not a chore right now. I know that there's stuff coming that I didn't already know. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah. You're a man of any interest. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I get into that too. Like I get into phases where I'm reading more. I feel like I'm reading less lately than I usually am.
Yeah. We've also been staying up later, which has made me read less.
Yeah.
Because normally
read in bed at night.
We read in bed at night and I will read longer, but we've been staying up later watching shows. And I don't even know what we do sometimes. Like we are just like so chaotic. This summer is just so messy. Our schedules are so off. Like we're not even necessarily watching TV all the time. Yeah. We just like are doing random things or just like talking or sitting outside. And then we realize it's 11 o'clock. I'll be straight with you. I've been tired for 2 months. 2.5 months. I've been tired.
We're about to get back into a routine. You'll be fine.
My sleep increases by about 33% during the school year.
That's fair.
And I enjoy the summer. And that's not a begrudging number. That is, I love for 2.5 months that I get less sleep and I spend more money.
Yeah.
And
it's
it's summer.
Things.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's summer and it's like, you know what? I believe in like fun summer. And that's, what I want to and we want to do most of the time. So yeah, it's fun summer. But when fun summer is over, motherfucking sleeping fall comes. And
we got to get back to business.
Yeah. All right. So what are you reading?
So I'm reading a couple of things. I finished a book called Robin on the Oak Throne. It's 3 books in this series so far. I think it's supposed to be 5. First one was Wren in the Holly Library. And so now I'm reading Raven at the Ash Door. And I am reading it and I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't say that I'm like engrossed in it. I feel like a lot of times, especially when this is going to be like a long series, I feel like the author, there's so much building up to be done that there's a lot where they have to keep you interested while they do that build up, you know? And she doesn't want to necessarily like reveal but so much and wants like character development, and you kind of learn things as you go along, which is like all totally normal. But I feel like it was definitely a slow start for me. And it's also always a bad sign to me if I am skipping the spicy scenes. Like, that's a red flag for me in a book.
I mean, they're lame or too graphic or not like not enough.
I just feel like I'm not interested in them at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like connected enough to the characters where like I'm like ready for that build up or anything like that. And some of these, like, I don't know, like that's the other thing too. It's like how I'm feeling about the book overall definitely impacts how I respond to them. Whereas it's like, it can be like super dirty if I'm like into it and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, like, wow, what's going there?
You give this girl 2 shadows or 6 dicks. If you could listen to our old episodes, you would understand that reference of 6 dicks.
Yes, but...
Or shadows.
Or shadows. But I feel like if I'm kind of like on the fence about it, like in general, and I'm not overly invested like in the characters, then they kind of fall flat for me, where I'm like, it almost gives me like the ick, where I'm like,
okay.
ew, like you're talking dirty, and I'm not into that. But, and that's the thing, is that that's not like, because that, you know, dirty talk or whatever is actually a problem. It all is connected. I mean, I'm sure that's a real life too, though. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not into a person, then they're going to give you the ick no matter what they do.
That's true, right.
Whereas if you're super into a person, they can do no wrong, kind of thing. And I feel like I'm kind of that way about books, is that I have to like really be invested in it.
How did you, was it recommended to you? Did you just,
no, these were the ones where when we went to, there's this like crazy big like discount warehouse book thing, like out in the mountains near where we live. And we went there, and these are 2 of the books that I got. And then
it's wild how many books. It's like several floors.
Yeah. It's a really cool place.
It is. And it's pretty cheap on most stuff.
It was very cheap. And that's why I was like, but they didn't have like a lot. Like, we wanted to get the From Blood and Ash series, because of course, like we have all of them digitally and audio, but we didn't have physical copies of the whole series.
And let's be real, they're too fucking expensive in the store.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
I mean, shit is wild how much some paper costs.
Yeah,
and I know everything costs a lot.
Books are expensive. And
I'm not shitting on the authors. They should make their money.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about that. It's not that. It's just everything's expensive. And it's hard to buy. All right, if you at one time wanted to buy a 5-book series, $150.
Oh, easy, yeah.
You know, and maybe for some people, $150 isn't much, but for a lot of people, $150 on some books is a lot of fucking money spent on books.
And then you have all of the deluxe editions and all of these different versions.
Sprayed with different paintings or colors or schemes or whatever.
It gets to, and it ends up being a whole lot. So, yeah, that was the whole reason I grabbed these books, is they were pretty. And I had heard that they were good and like well received, but you know, and again, I'm not saying that they're bad. They're truly not. Like, I am enjoying them. I'm keeping reading them. They're just not like one where it's like I can't put it down.
Right. Okay. Is that the only thing you're reading?
No, I am listening to another one. So randomly, I think I told you this, my mom decided that she wants us to do a book club. I think I might have even talked about this on the podcast last. That's the only problem with us not having notes. I don't remember what we talked about.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I'm pretty sure we didn't. If we did, we'll talk about it again. Tell the people. You and your mom and your sisters are in a book club.
We're doing a book club, which is going to be extremely interesting because we have vastly different reading tastes. Like,
none of them want to read about 6 dicks.
They do not. They don't. Or fantasy in general. Like, I can't really see any of them being into fantasy. They're more like, you know, one of my sisters is into like historical fiction, you know, a lot of like Kristen Hanna, stuff like that. Another one is more into like mystery, suspense, like detective, you know, like James Patterson type stuff. And that's kind of like more my mom's vibe. My mom is probably like one that she reads so much that she's got like a wider range of things that she reads.
Yeah.
But I just think it's going to be very interesting. So one of my other sisters is the one who picked the book for the first one. And
not the one who's into, not one that you've mentioned already. Your other sister.
No, the one that's into historical fiction.
Oh, okay.
She picked Calamity Club, which is the author of The Help. And I have read The Help years, like way before it was made into a movie a long time ago. And I think it's going to be wonderful. I feel like there are kind of 2 types of authors to me, to a degree. I mean, there's a million different types. But in terms of like what I'm talking about now is that they are ones that have just beautiful writing where they're just like so many words and they're all beautiful, and it's so descriptive, and it's clearly so well written, but long.
More like poetic.
Yeah, like good prose, just all the things. And they're just long. They're very, very long, and it's not necessarily the point of it is not to get to the point. No.
I'll say it. Fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Well, and that's the thing. I can appreciate that. I really can.
Good writing.
Like I read a book, like, I don't know, a while ago called God of the Woods, mainly because Taylor Swift read it, on her documentary. So I was like, oh, if T Swift likes it. But
so incredible.
Again.
I mean, that woman is so impressive.
She is so impressive.
Yeah.
But she has interesting taste in books, and I could see why she liked this because, again, like she is super like poetic and just amazing with her words.
But it's a lot, and you can appreciate it, but it's like, fuck, that's a lot of where's
a lot
the
of
action?
Words. Yeah, and that's the point, is it's like, it doesn't get to the point, but so quickly. And I think that there are times when you need that because there is such a necessary, like, there's a whole point to building up somebody's background and the description and stuff like that.
It can be interesting at times.
But I'm like, do I need to know, like, the brand of the stove in the kitchen and what it looked like? Because I know that. I know.
In what context? I'm just kidding. No, fuck no, you don't need to know that shit.
Just because she was in the kitchen and they
Unless
were like...
she was murdered with the stove, then maybe that is...
Well, no, but I don't think anybody's getting murdered in this book either.
Then you probably... Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. It's tough. But, there's definitely something beautiful about beautiful writing. And it is, like, very interesting to listen to because I am listening to it. Mm-hmm. But I find myself, like, feeling like it's okay when I get distracted because I don't necessarily need to hear every word.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that love that and, have a better, like, judge on, like, oh, this is so perfect, whatever. But for the average Joe, it's probably like, I don't know, fuck that. That sounds boring.
Yeah, and I won't even necessarily say that the book is, like, there has not been much.
I'm a sports-loving man.
Yeah.
It's, for me, I'm going to go ahead and say it, spoiler. It's boring.
You definitely would not enjoy it. You absolutely would.
I guess not.
I can appreciate it, and I'm sure that I'm going to end up loving it, but I've been listening to it for like 2 weeks, and I'm on chapter 10, so I'm a little worried about that. Now, granted, I'm not listening daily. Like, it's more of just like when I'm in the car, like going for walks.
But if you were like, had it grabbed your attention and pulled you in, you would be past chapter 10.
For sure.
Because you'd make more time to spend on that versus something else.
And I think that's part of my problem right now with reading in general is I have 2 books that I'm just like, okay, yeah, like I'll pick it up and read it. I'm interested in it here and there, but not ones that I'm like, I can't put them down. And I do miss that. And I'm ready for a book where I can't put it down. So
but next month, The Threshing, it'll be small.
Yeah, that one will be good.
Small, but that'll be like a fun look forward to.
It will.
Whatever. And then hopefully, when do you think she's going to announce when the 4th book's going to come out? And we don't have a name for it yet.
No.
Right?
And I think, it's crazy. The ACOTAR, like, we're getting into that. That's coming out this fall, too. And there's still not a name for that. They're still calling it ACOTAR 6. There's no cover. Nothing. I just think that's wild.
I don't know. And we don't know anything about the behind the scenes stuff and what could be going on. But it just seems like it's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
It is not trying to rush anybody. They put their heart and soul and a lot of thought and like super creative, but it just seems like it's a long time.
Well, and I feel like Rebecca, I'm encouraged by like where she's at in her process. Like she's clearly like working on it. You know what I mean? Like she did exactly what she said she was going to do. She's always
been clear with, hey, I'm going to write this first and this, and I'm going to take time with my family. Like she's always been clear.
Yeah.
And then it seems like she's active in social media and the press.
Yeah.
She's usually on target.
Yeah, and I think that that's great. I think that she keeps you like updated on what's going on. Not that she like has to by any means. Like, it's like her and her journey and whatever. Like she,
I think that's part of what people love about her is that she does make herself somewhat accessible. And again, you don't want crazy people to know where you live.
Yeah.
Shit sucks. But she posts family stuff and things, she's fairly open.
And kind of always, like, in her posts, like, even she's, like, on vacation, she's like, don't worry. Like, I'm still working on the book. Like, it's like, it's fine. Like, and that also was kind of, like, a really fucked up thing for people. Like, I'm sure she's, like, posting, like, family pictures of them, like, on vacation or whatever. And it's like, what about book 4? Like,
yeah, I'm sure I was like, oh, you're out there spending time. We're out here waiting for book.
Yeah, like, relax. Like, we'll get it when we get it.
Also, if you're one of those people, just turn this shit off right now. I don't want your fucking listen. I don't want your subscription or your download because you're a dick. If you're that person, find something better to do.
It
Turn your life around.
It is real crazy. But that's like
find something better to do.
Internet trolls in general. You know what I mean? And I don't. I have a hard time even like reconciling that those people like exist because I don't think that I know a single person in real life that would be like that. You know what I mean?
Is it just 15-year-olds?
I don't know. I have no idea. Now, I'm sure it's more than that. Like,
I would say if you're a 15-year-old that does it, you're a douchebag. Stop being a douche. But if you're
honestly would be more like likely to think that it's like an older person.
I can definitely see. Well, older people usually know because it's like, let's be real. It's like, only way is Jesus or something like that. It's usually very obvious. It's like an old person comment when they say it because it's something weird.
Yeah.
But like the actual dickheads out there, I feel like if you are above the age, again, 15, you're a dick, but I get you're a kid. 17, you're a kid. If you're 22 and older and you're leaving douchebag comments on people's stuff, especially like celebrity people,
yeah,
you need to change your ways.
Yeah.
Right? You got to change your life. Women aren't going to fuck you.
Well,
that's not
I think
BDE.
Women are also like internet trolls.
And that's not BD or BT or whatever, BB, whatever it is.
Like, do you want
the opposite of BDE?
Do you want a big vagina? Like, is that a good thing?
Energy, maybe.
Big vagina energy.
It's like that thing's energetic as fuck.
Hey, that's fair.
It doesn't sound like a bad thing.
It doesn't sound like a bad thing. Not like size-wise being big. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I'm not like, I want just this big ass vagina. Big as a bitch. I'm a big old motherfucker. No, I like that.
No, don't want that. Again, content warning. Like, always got to throw that out there. All right.
I said I cuss.
You did.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue. Where are we going from here?
Where are we watching? I've got several things that I'm watching without you.
Okay, yeah.
And we have watched some things together. I don't really like. We've been watching like documentaries and stuff together sometimes.
Yeah, we bounce from thing to thing.
We haven't been real consistent.
We were watching The Cheating Show.
Oh yeah, Betrayed. Yeah, that again something I started. That is what happens with us is that like I will start watching something independently. Justin will meander in out, and then he's all of a sudden like, oh, now this is our show. Like, now you can't watch it without me. I don't think we even finished that. But yeah, that was real crazy.
That shit's crazy.
That was crazy.
All right, listen, here's the thing. If you don't want, what season is it, 3?
4? I think it's season 4. That was season 4.
Then go ahead and skip ahead 2 minutes. But we got to talk about this
motherfucker. Season 4 Betrayed on Hulu.
Season 4 Betrayed.
It's also a podcast.
And podcast. If you don't want it ruined, skip 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What was that dude's name? Greg?
Joel.
How
do you not remember Joel? We've been talking about Joel ever since we watched it.
Because it was the fucking whitest name I've ever heard in my life. It was like one of those. It was going to be one of those. Okay, Joel. Yeah. If you didn't grow up in a trailer park if your name's Joel. I promise you that.
I don't think he did. No.
Yeah, I bet he didn't. Joel is fucking crazy.
He is.
Straight up. And I don't mean like, oh, he's got a mental... He does have a mental disorder, but it's just...
sex addict. Yeah, just his mental disorder.
This dude was a cop. Straight up, I told you, skip 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This dude's a cop picking up like... What was he calling them? They're like... There's a website, like fetish. Some sort of fetish.
Yeah, like he was like a dominant and he was like looking for submissives. Yeah.
So whatever, right? He was looking for that. And getting it, but doing it in his cop car, like a shit ton of times.
And also he's married with 2 children.
He's married with children, right? And like stand-up guy. So he gets caught, blah, blah, blah. He gets fired from his job.
He does not get fired from his job.
No, he gets retired early from his job or some shit. So anyway.
He faced no repercussions.
He just keeps on going. He can't stop. Then he goes to rehab. And he's in rehab and he's still doing it and leaving rehab. This shit is wild as a bitch.
That is next level.
Yeah. At the divorce hearings, his wife's like, the whole time his Tinder is dinging on his phone.
Yeah.
This dude is like a 20-year police officer that all of a sudden just went off the fucking deep end. And
well, I don't think it was all of a sudden. He was like that a long time.
He can't stop with like pegging and stuff. I'm serious. You're just like, fuck, bro.
He's pegging.
He's probably pegging.
I assume he's like petting. Pegging.
Or petting.
Petting.
There's all types of fetishes, guys.
There is. We also saw Spider-Man at the drive-in.
That was sick. I think we talked about that last episode.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
No, because we saw it after we did the last episode. Yeah,
probably.
We saw Spider-Man. That was like, it was emotional. It was like deep. Well, I thought that like the coolest dynamic, and now, again, it's not even necessarily cool. It's almost like a heartbreaking dynamic, is obviously there's the issues between Peter Parker and MJ. I don't want to like spoil Spider-Man, so I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's fairly new.
But the dynamics between them being married in real life,
right? But
the struggles that they're going through, like in that setting, was like really crazy to see, because you're like, there's got to be real emotion there, because like you actually love each other, but that's not what you're saying in this movie.
And what's the Spider-Man actor's name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. His wife is Zendaya.
Green Flags, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is a hell of an actor in that movie.
Yeah, he is.
I was like, holy shit.
I think he's a hell of an actor in general.
Well, I don't know what
he's
other
a hell of
stuff
a
I've
guy
seen.
from what I
Yeah, I don't know anything about
him publicly.
Sure. And you said he was English, right? He's from like England? Couldn't pick it up.
Yeah.
I mean, did a hell of an American accent.
If
you're listening to us right now and you're in a different country where this is broadcast in a different language,
do you think that's how it works?
I don't know.
I don't know how it works because we've always said before that we have like people downloading it from all over the world,
like 40 countries or something.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Maybe they all speak English.
I'm just some dummy from nowhere too. And they're just listening to me. Do the people, if it's broadcast in a different language, did they give an accent to whoever's doing mine? They're like, this is being broadcast in Egypt, and whatever language is spoken in Egypt. I don't know. And they just give it a southern accent.
I like how you're using the word broadcast. Like
broadcast.
Are you 100
AM
old?
radio. I don't know what the fuck you call these words.
It's like being like downloaded and streamed. I don't think it's broadcast.
I never thought I'd be old. I don't know.
Yeah,
Here I am. I'm actually only 39, which is not that old.
No, it's old enough. It's old enough to be saying stuff like broadcast.
Well, okay. I thought. Anyway, moving along.
So a couple things I'm watching on my own. And I have some thoughts I'd like to discuss with you. I'm into reality shows.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know. So I'm watching Married at First Sight. I've never watched that show before. And I picked it up. It's on Peacock now. And the takeaway that I have from watching this show and many, many others, and I think just relationships in general, like when I talk to like friends or family or whatever that like have issues, is that some people are just not meant to be together. And that's not anybody's fault. Right. And nobody has to be wrong. Yeah. And I feel like that's like the big thing in this show is that like they keep feeling the need to be like, oh, you're doing this wrong, or, you know, I'm doing this wrong. And this is something that I need to work on. This is something you need to work on. And I think there's a degree of that where people like need to work on their flaws in like relationships. But I also feel like sometimes people's just like whole selves like just don't match, you know?
Yeah, I think there's a difference in like us, you know, making adjustments for each other, like people making an adjustment, like, oh, well, we're not going to be the exact same. And, you know, you have to make some adjustments and then just being like, I don't like who you are.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like you.
Yeah, I don't like this.
And I would like you to change everything.
Everything about
you. This is what I like.
Yeah.
So I want you to do that.
Well, and it's like there are some couples who are like, you know, one person is like very physically affectionate and the other person is like really not. And I think, you know, like even you and I have been through like bouts of that where I'm like, oh, I want more physical affection or whatever. But like if you like inherently as a person are just like, I am not a physical like person, then you shouldn't be with a person who is very physical and who that's like, and we talked about love languages before.
Yeah.
And like that being super important. But I feel like that's a very frustrating thing about watching that show is that like, that's all it is like people being like, oh, well, what you're doing is wrong or what you're doing is wrong and you've got to work on it for like, that doesn't need to be the case. Like you just don't belong together.
It just might not be compatible. Like you guys
can,
like each other a lot or love each other even, but just be like, yeah, but we couldn't be married. We couldn't.
Well, and there's just like people like in my real life that I wish I could say that to.
I know. They get so pissed when you try to tell them that who they're with is a bummer. Like this doesn't work.
Yeah,
guys.
the person you're married to is not right.
Have
for
y'all
you.
thought about divorce?
Well, and that's how you feel sometimes. Where it's
it is,
like,
but you can't say that shit to your friends.
I know, because it's just like it shouldn't be so hard.
Everybody's got that couple they know. They're like, yeah, no, we love them. They're great, but you get them a couple beers in, they're fucking way out there.
They're not.
We got some of those where they're just like, yeah, they'll just like, you know, I don't know, put each other through the wall or something. You're like, you don't know what they're going to do. You're like, I think party's over, guys.
Or just like the passive aggressive. Like, it's so awkward to be around. Like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's like super mean. They say it in front of you and you're just like,
yeah.
So have you guys like Jenga?
I know.
Or any chips?
And we're so nice to each other. And that's like the other part of it too, is like, I think like we get on people's nerves for the opposite reason. And I feel like we tone it down when we're like around people a lot of times.
We're way worse in private than
like we're way nicer to each other in private.
We have to pretend when people are like, yeah, you know, my wife, you know, ball and chain, blah, blah. And I'm like,
yeah,
huh?
Same.
I'm like, yeah. No.
Got it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Dude, you want to hear a true story?
True story.
This is so fucking funny to me. It's fucked up for this person. There's this person, a friend of mine, that, you know, him and his wife's going through stuff, whatever. She had some medical stuff like a year ago. And we were working, and he was making some comments, and we were like, bro, So I started talking. I was like, dude, like, are your fucking balls like about to burst out of your pants? Like, why are you so fucking horny right now? He's got me these like horny ass man comments.
Gross.
So I was just like, calm down, dude. God damn.
Gross.
And there's dudes that we all work like as men, as a man who works in a male dominated industry.
Yeah.
I've worked with men my whole life. I've talked about that before. Like as 25 years, I've worked with just men for the most part. So I'm around like the worst. People are like, "Oh, could you be around bad guys?" I'm always around guys who are the worst. Like that's just.
I think that's because guys are kind of the worst.
Sometimes
of the time.
I work with some really, really great people. To be honest with you, great dudes. But like anywhere, you have some dudes where you're just like that guy. Don't let him meet your sister type guy. Or, whatever. There's some of those. So this is one of them, and he was making such pervy comments all day. I finally was like, dude, when's the last time you got a piece of ass? Right? Because he's married, and I was just like, this dude is like just on another level. And he said it's been about a year.
Ooh. But again, when was the last time that he did something to make her be interested in that?
I don't know.
And again, that sounds like I wouldn't be interested in that if I were her either.
I don't know. But he said a year, and I'm not proud of it, but I laughed at him. It fucking caught me off guard.
A year is a long time.
If he would have said a week, I would have been like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why you're so fucking horny today. Like, you got to go home and take care of them. I almost said his name. I always talk about never having to cut. We had to cut because I actually said my buddy's name. And then I almost just said it again.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. But anyway, I was just like, oh, a year.
That is a long time. But I'm sure, like you said, she had medical stuff too, though. So that's like
and that was a part of it.
Yeah.
And again, nothing like related to BBE or anything. It was just like she had medical stuff. It would understandably take you away from wanting to do that for a bit, but not like, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have way been up in them times.
But again, if that's what she's working with, it checks out. And we've talked about that a million times of just like, it is such a full circle thing. Like,
a year.
If you want a wife that is willing to be physical with you, then you need to do all of the things that she needs in order to feel like she wants to be that way. Because it is like a huge, huge thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Worth a guess. I'm just going to be straight up with you.
Put in the effort.
I'm going to be straight up with you.
Do podcasts with her. Read her books with her.
Like, what do you think? I'm just like doing this for nothing?
You got Justin's whole motivation here.
I mean, no, honestly, this is what it is. I am married to the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, right? I want to spend more time with you than other people. Obviously, our family, our children, things like that. But as far as like friends, I don't pick friends over my wife, right? Like I pick my wife over my friends. Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of it. And things like, you're like, I want you to read these books or whatever. And I'm like, all right, then that's what's up. Do a podcast. That'd be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. That's fun.
Putting effort into my interests. Sure.
I'll be real with you guys. I went to the driving range earlier with my son. Mm-hmm. I checked off the box of a thing that I like doing. Yeah. And especially with him, like it's great. So that was cool.
Right. I think, and that, again, that's the same thing on that show. Like, there's another couple on there who are like, one of them is like super active, athletic, wants to do all of the things. And the girl that he's dating, she says she likes to read and take naps.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And they have to find some common ground. I think it's okay to have separate interests, but I think that you got to have some middle ground where you show interest in each other's, but that has to be mutual. Like that has to be like a back and forth. Like, hey, like I will watch football with you. I'll go to football games. That's my girl. I'll know sports. Yeah. I can have conversations with you about things in the sports
fantasy
world.
Football league.
I win your fantasy football league.
Let's relax.
Is that not factual?
So do you want to know what's funny is the league, nobody cares about this part, but got switched into another provider. Mm-hmm. So, but that provider imported the league.
Yeah.
All right. So when they did that, NFL sent them everything. And there's a part on there where you can go to like league info or some shit on there, and it'll tell you basically every team and their entire history of their fantasy league. So you can see how many wins you have. You can see your total record.
Oh, that'll be really cool for me to see.
Yeah. So we'll discuss that some other time, I'm sure.
Yeah. But maybe when we get back into football season, we'll regale everyone.
So we can know exactly
my talents.
Well, and if you could listen to the old episodes, you talked all that shit about winning and this and that. Well, we can fucking look it up.
I did win.
We can see exactly how many championships, our overall record. We can see it all.
But who won last year?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
You don't remember who won last year? I'm fully aware.
Do you remember who won?
I won.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I sure did.
I think I finished in like 10th.
I think that's pretty common for you too.
Yeah. Fuck, it's so hard.
It is.
I love it though.
Well, it's not, but
it's not. You do the shit that I love to do.
Yeah.
We're going to a game. We already got to, we go to sporting events. I'll be real with you guys. I am doing this podcast and I'm reading all these books and we talk all that shit. And this past year, I've gone to NHL games, NFL games, baseball games, hockey games, soccer games.
And I was with you at every one.
All college games.
Well, most of them.
Love sports. I love sporting events. I love going to sporting events. I don't care what it is. Tennis? Fuck yeah. Can I buy a hat? I'll buy it. Let's do it. I'm supporting it. Wherever I go, I love sports.
You do.
And we go and we get to do that. So yeah, I'll fucking read books and do this stuff. And you're going to come do sporting events and it's easy. And then some people, they can't. I don't even call it sacrifice. Not sacrifice.
Yeah, it's compromise.
Just do this stuff together.
Well, and do it joyfully too, because that's the other piece of it too. Is that I don't feel like we engage in each other's interests super begrudgingly. You know what I mean? It's oh, I'm doing this for you, and holding it against you and stuff like that too. Which is so funny that we're talking about this. So one of the ideas of segments that we were kind of floating around is, I was talking to a friend of mine and her mom recently, and was talking about you and I and our relationship and stuff like that. And just, I have heard it before. They're like, you should write a book. You should write a marriage book. And I'm like, I don't necessarily think that I'm qualified to do that by any means, because I think that so much of us has just been organic. I don't think we're not going to therapy and learning skills and figuring this out. It's just more, this is what we want to do for each other.
We've also been together since we were in high school.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a good thing. There's a lot of people who kind of fall apart.
And that's true. But what we didn't have was time to become individually established.
Agreed.
And not just as individual financially, job, whatever, but in our ways and our beliefs. And we
becoming stubborn.
Together.
Yeah.
Right. We've learned how we want our bathroom sink situation to be, because it's been together through either you, me, both of us, whatever. There's all these things have evolved together. It's easier than getting together when you're already established in your ways. And
to a degree, too, though. But then that's the thing. In some ways, I feel like it is. And in some ways, I feel like there's other people who do get together young and then they change so much as they become adults, and they change farther apart than together.
And that's the thing. We have changed tremendously.
Yes.
As people, individually and as a couple, but our individual changes have been kind of aligned still. So I might be changing and you might be changing, but we're both changing to something similar.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly.
I think so.
But so we change a lot of my beliefs, our politics, all of those things evolve and change and sway. And as you learn and you have new beliefs or whatever the case is, but ours have, for the most part, stayed together. And we don't agree on every single thing of everything. But the things that we don't care about. There's not pick your hot topic. We could have different beliefs on whatever. If we did, we'd be like, yeah, okay.
Well, and I think that it's kind of funny, because I feel like we have over years we've disagreed kind of less and less and less, because we're, I guess, you're kind of merging into one person almost to a degree. But yeah, now, so that maybe we'll float that as a possible segment, just a quick hey,
becoming one person.
No,
you guys want to just become one?
This is something that works for us.
That's a sex reference.
Yeah, and nobody's gonna see that. This is something that works for us. Yeah. Take it or leave it.
Right.
This is something that we feel like is a helpful, good working thing in our relationship. So again, hopefully that's not an annoying thing, because it never comes I feel like no matter when we talk about, I feel like we can't talk about our relationship to people ever, because I feel like it always comes across as bragging.
Well, it's I don't know what you want us to say.
We don't have negative things to say. Sure, we have struggles, but we don't dwell or focus on them.
Well, and there's the last thing that I'm going to do is be around my buddies or, whatever, and complain about my wife. That's just not who I am. Even if I was annoyed with you for some reason or whatever, I'm not going to be like,
and I'm sure you have complained about me before, and I'm sure I have complained about you before.
Not
talking disparagingly.
Right. Something, yes, I'm sure. Probably when you went back to college for the 17th time. And I was just like,
I
think I went to where I was like, y'all are not going to fucking believe this shit, dude. And I told everybody, and they all laughed at me. Oh, and they laughed, and they're like, enjoy that. And,
Yeah.
And I was like.
It was a fun time.
Yeah. But I wasn't like, I'll tell you this bitch, dude.
Right. Yeah. No,
like
you just said that to me.
Yeah. Well, because we're one and we talk to each other. Don't for a second make these people think that you don't call me a bitch to my face every single day. You call me a bitch so much.
In the most loving way.
Oh, that's a fucking lie.
It is.
I mean, I believe you, but sometimes the way you say it does not sound like. Sometimes you hit me hard with a bitch.
There's another show that I have been watching that I wanted to talk to you about, mainly because of the trope. And it's based on books, I think. I did not do a ton of research on it. Terrible, terrible movies. And that has been one thing that I have been into lately is just like the cheesiest stuff. Well, like I have found
it's a weird thing to be into.
That I can watch cheesy stuff way easier than I can read cheesy stuff. And I talked about that. Like I watched the off-campus show and like ate it up, but then I tried reading the books and I'm like, I can't do this. Like I think that there's just like seeing it like in print, like somebody saying like cheesy dialogue, you're like, oh, okay, whatever. We're like, because there's so much other stimuli,
Sure.
It's like whatever. But when you're reading it and somebody says something really cheesy, you're like, eh. So it was movies, and I guess there's supposed to be another one, My Fault London, Our Fault London. But the reason I wanted to talk about it is because guess what the trope is?
What's the trope?
Like the relationship, like, romance trope.
He is a homeless man and needs a place, and she is a poor old lady with this mansion to herself.
No, but that sounds like something I would watch. Step siblings.
Is it porn?
No. Well, I mean, like as much as any of like these romance shows and movies are.
Step siblings.
But yeah, like that is a big porn trope. Yeah, step siblings. How do you feel about that? I had a hard time with that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not blood related.
Well, and in this particular case, they didn't grow up together. They met as adults.
Okay.
Technically, like 18, 19, whatever. I don't know how old
and
they
they
were.
Just started fucking?
Like pretty early on. Yeah.
Now, did they meet as our parents got married?
Yeah, as adults. Yeah. Like they met after the parents were married.
I would say you should try to steer away from doing that.
Yeah, I would
because
agree.
that's not a good thing to get involved in.
Yeah.
I would steer clear of that. I would say that what you're doing is not wrong, but frowned upon.
Well, it definitely is. And again, it's been 2 movies so far. I think there's got to be another one because the last one ended on quite a cliffhanger. But like the first,
there's another sister.
Who knows? The first one, I feel like kind of glossed over it, where I just kept like, I even at one point Googled like, are they step siblings? Because like they clearly were, but it was like nobody was talking about that, or like they didn't seem hindered by that at all.
I feel like if that just comes up in conversation, like you're in front, you went out to brunch the other day. You're at brunch with your girlfriend, whatever. And she's just like, yeah, so you remember Sean, right? My stepbrother? Yeah, we've been sleeping together. I think you'd be like, ugh, what?
I think I would have a very hard time not saying ew.
Right. I think you'd be like, that's odd.
It is, but it is apparently like a very common trope. Like, obviously we know it's a very common porn trope.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that was weird to like stepdad, like, ew, like that's even grosser. Yeah. But I struggle with it, but still watched both movies, like, and was rooting for them. So,
again, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I feel like you're scared of giving your actual thoughts on that one.
It's like,
it's weird.
Odd. If you were like, I met this man, this woman, whatever your case is, and we hooked up or whatever, and then you found out the next day, you're like, oh, this is my dad's new wife, my wife, whatever, and you get shot. I'm like, I can be like, okay.
Or if it was like they met maybe like early on in the parents dating or whatever.
And they fell.
Yeah. And then prior to them getting married, like whatever. Like, no, this was like you were introduced as this is your stepbrother.
I would say that is just, you should steer clear of that.
Steer clear.
I would not get involved in that. But wrong? Who am I? Yeah. Who am I to judge? frowned upon, I'd be like,
I definitely think it's not a trope for me because while I did watch both of them, I couldn't get over it. Like the whole time I was just like weird.
I'd still golf with the dude, and talk football and shit. But I wouldn't let him near my wife. I'd be like, bro, you could
you have questionable morals.
I don't. Nah, you're not coming to my house or nothing though.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, that's a weird thing to get down on a show with, but that's cool. I mean, it wouldn't keep me away. I don't care.
I'm anxiously awaiting the next movie.
Shit, yeah.
So let's get into ACOTAR. Okay. I feel like it's time.
Yeah, so 46 minutes into the episode this time. So we're getting better, guys.
Is it better or worse?
It's way worse. Anybody listening to this would be like, what the fuck are they talking about? I'm really here for
advertise this as ACOTAR.
It's actually not. It's just a segment.
It is.
It's really just we're going to talk about what we feel.
We're going to talk about whatever we want. Again, be fully prepared for
that. This is our fucking podcast. Okay? And I'm trying to build a coffee cup store and a t-shirt store right now. And I have one item.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I haven't even seen it. So
I know. Well, it's because the store's not open. Problem is my memory's really bad and my design skills poor. Poor design skills. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
All right. Well, let's start our ACOTAR coverage with just your overview of, again, this is chapter 16 to 25. So spoilers for those chapters if you have not read 16 through 25. We're going to spoil those.
This is not going to help
Probably not in detail. But certainly you're going to hit the high points. And I'm sure it's going to be just as unhinged as it was last time.
Well, I think the way that I remember 15 leaving off was with Tamlin or whoever, Lucian or somebody was like, your family's taken care of. Like, you're good. Just fucking relax.
Yeah, you talked about that.
And I think that's where it left off. And she was just like, oh, maybe it is. So I picked up pretty much there. I think that's where 16 picks up.
All right. Hit me with it. What happened?
Well, pretty much it was definitely, you could tell, like, off the bat, she was like, oh, I am free and I'm going to fuck Tamlin.
Which is wild, considering how she started with, like, the Fae or, like, these horrible, terrible, scary monsters.
Right. But it was, like, instantaneous. She was just like,
just kidding. He's hot.
Like, let's do this. So I knew it was coming at some point, and he did. But we started off around there, and it was kind of like, okay, whatever. Kind of don't remember much else around that time except for all of a sudden this fairy shows up with his wings ripped off. And like maybe there was a head on a spike before that or after that. I don't remember. But somewhere there was a fairy showed up and he had his wings ripped off.
Okay.
And it was kind of like seemed like brutal or whatever. And then he died. And there's a head on a spike at some point too. And everybody's just kind of like, what's up with this? And Tamlin's just like, it's a prank. It was just somebody from another court joking around. And you're like, that's a fucked up prank. They put his head on a spike, so that's weird.
Pretty violent.
But that was the prank.
Okay.
Turns out that's this big-ass dude, Reese. Yeah, they call him Reese for short.
Rhysand. They call him Reese.
They call him Reese for short.
And which is, I'll just jump right in here with the question. How do you think that's spelled?
So Reese to me would be Reese, but say it Rhysand. Rhysand.
Yeah, Rhysand.
Rhysand. And with a D at the end. Rhysand. I would say, let me spell it fucked up for you. Let me take my shot. I'm going to shoot my shot. Here you go.
Shoot your shot.
Rhysand. Reecsand.
Ooh, interesting. I mean, you're getting there. It's actually an H and a Y in there. Rhysand.
Rhysand?
Certainly how I thought that it was pronounced and how many, many, many people thought that it's pronounced who did not audiobook it. Yes, I thought rice, for sure.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Why is it spelled that way?
Because.
It's supposed to be Reese?
It's a fairy name.
Rhysand?
Rhysand. Yeah. Reese.
Listen, again, who am I to question languages?
Yeah.
But that is a very tough way to spell Reese.
I'm sure that if we had done any research into this book, that it's probably based on some language. Like who knows? But we didn't do any research. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. She, I'm sure, did way more research than I did.
For sure.
I'm audiobooking this for the first time.
All right.
So.
Where we go from there? You found out that
so Reese shows up.
He does.
And he's got BD. He straight up shows up and he's just like, or at the, Is this the first time he met her at the fire? Have I already discussed that? When he met her at the fire?
You have not discussed that.
Oh, so he meets her at the fire first. Okay, let me backtrack. My bad, guys. Again, this is off the hip. So we go to this fire and everybody's like, look, stay away from this fire because we'd be fucking at the fire.
Oh.
I forgot about this. My bad, guys.
Yeah, she wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, she wasn't supposed to be there.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah, and what, make a long story short, what I think that I've grasped here is like one night a year, maybe, they have this party where they get a little high, a little drunk.
Calamine.
All right. They do a little this, a little that. And everybody gets real, real horny. And then Tamlin, and this happens in all the courts, supposedly, right? And then the main man, Tamlin in this court or whatever, the spring court.
The High Lord.
Yeah, High Lord. He's like, I'm going to go sniff out which one of these girls I want. And I'm going to be a little rough with her, right? Because that's how they like it in the spring court.
Oh.
That's what he said. I'm just reading the book.
Okay.
So he goes out and sniffs one and finds her, whatever.
Sniffs one.
He does. And everybody's like telling her, like, hey, you got to stay the fuck out of here because if he sniffs you, he's not going to be him. He's not going to know him, whatever.
To be out of his mind.
He's going to be out of his mind. He can't be sniffing on you. So, whatever. Of course, she's like, yeah, whatever. She's going to come and check it out. And it sounds like she gets a little, like, scared to be there. She's like,
wouldn't you be curious, too? Like, of course. I couldn't resist seeing what this entails.
And it's like, she's laying there getting a little horned up. And then she's just like, everybody out there fucking... And I'm not invited.
I would like to see.
I'll at least, I can take care of things myself.
I think I would be morbidly curious in that too. Like, yeah.
I can see that. So she gets called, I think, by Reese. And he big dicks her a little bit. She's like, he's the most gorgeous man I've ever seen.
Well, she was like, had some people that were clearly about to like attack her.
Yeah, it was like 3 other dudes.
Yeah, and then he shows up.
So.
And do you remember what he said when he found her?
No.
He said, I've been looking for you.
Oh, I don't think that I saw that. I think I might have lost that one. So, but he does. He's basically.
I think that you're gonna have a very hard time recognizing the later Easter eggs.
Okay,
as you're reading.
For you. Yeah. Okay, I've been looking for you. I'll remember that.
I'll try to point them out for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And he's basically like, "What you doing around these parts?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm a friend." And he's kind of just chuckling like, "Ah, okay, yeah, or whatever." And it's basically he just kind of gives off the vibe of like he knows. Obviously, the truth, like he's not unaware. He is kind of toying and being like, okay, whatever.
Right.
So she goes back, does her thing. Then Tamlin comes on. I think he like sniffs her out a little bit, maybe bites her neck a little bit or something.
I think he does.
And then she's like real turned up. Now she's really ready to fuck. So that happens. Then I think the head and the fairies with the wings ripped off, all that shit kind of happens. Long story short, it's Reese. And then, so we know that's happening. I did find, and then the fairy died. It was fucked up. I found out that Lucian was the son of the High Lord of Autumn Court, and he's got some brothers.
Yeah, I think I spoiled that for you last time.
He might have. And it goes into the story of like he got kicked out, like his dad or something got killed in front of him, and his brothers like held him down by like, I don't know if you know it's Amarai that you don't know that yet, but Amarai or whatever her name is. Amarantha. So you're just like. I was fucked up. And it was like because he was like with a human girl or something and they killed the human girl. It was fucked up. He's got some trauma with like humans in his past.
Yeah.
And some chick, whatever. You find out kind of more about Farah's like, her dad was like a prince of merchants and it's like passed down. It was just his dad was not like an earned thing. He didn't, whatever. So a little bit about where their wealth came from, kind of boring, whatever. Nothing fun, really. Found out Tamlin's family was killed by, like, another high court fairy, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Again, for me, boring. There's some fucking...
What would you think about the spice scenes?
Short. Whatever. Nothing crazy.
Where were you when you listened to the spice scenes? I'm very curious.
I believe I was working.
Oh.
Not my main... squeeze, but I think I was driving.
Oh, okay. So you're like in your car by yourself safely.
I think I was going to a job site.
And just hoping that no one in the car next to you could hear it.
Yeah,
they totally can, by the way.
Oh, I know. And I'm really deaf, so I listen to that shit way
really
too
loud.
Yeah, for sure. So, whatever. It's like fucking whatever. But you kind of like whatever, happens. Then, the thing with Reese. And Reese comes back and he's like, hey, Amarantha ready to fuck you up. It's just going to go down. And she's watching. She's like, no, Tamlin's the man, right? And Reese basically bitches Tamlin. He's just like, Tamlin has to like bow and shit. And it's,
that's pretty rough.
It is. And you're just like, ooh, that is not an easy pill to swallow there.
No. And I feel like that's a tough thing that like in real life, obviously when you're reading books and stuff like that, but like, there's always going to be somebody who is like more powerful or even like, you know, like
you're not going to win.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is that like when you read it in books, you're like, oh, game over.
Yeah,
like, you
she
know,
ain't fucking him.
But in real life, like, no, like you can't necessarily be that way. Whereas like, and those situations happen in real life, like in couples, like with, you know, like a person in public will, you know, talk shit to their man or like, you know, get in an altercation with them in real life or whatever. And it's.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You going to have to beat my ass. Because you ain't making me look like no bitch. I'll look like a bitch by getting an ass beaten if I have to. But it ain't no
But you're not going to bow to somebody.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. I'm like, I bet you are, big boy. And I'm going to hit him first.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to get my shot in. And it might not do anything. But if I know I'm looking at an ass beating, like I'm looking and I'm like, there is 0% chance I'm winning this fight. 0. I'm going to hit you first. That's all I got. That's all I can do is hope to God I catch you at least a little good and get you stumbling. I don't know. I'm not bowing. No.
Yeah. That is like a very tough thing though, because I feel like, you know, that's like a whole like emasculating like.
Yeah, I'm not going to let that happen.
Thing that I feel like, again, it happens in real life. There's plenty of situations where people like experience that, but it happens in books sometimes too. Yeah.
And
not
you know
as often.
what? Your lady going to look at you the same way in real life and in that book. Like, damn.
But I don't think you would,
what
though. Like, I mean, maybe if you're like cowering, scared, or like jump behind her or something like that.
Again,
but I feel
somebody
like
has a gun to your head,
right?
And like, what? Like, I'm like, I have to listen. Like, like bow, and they got like,
right.
I don't want to, but that I'm going
kind of the scenario
to do,
there.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I understand that where it's like, okay, this is like a for you thing, like.
Because did they discuss like what Rhysand's like powers or anything were during any of that? Okay, so yeah.
No, so
once you get more information on that, perhaps you'll understand things.
Yeah,
a
I'm sure
better.
He can like make him do it or something.
Right.
But so yeah, you know, like damn, I was fucked up. And then basically right after that, Tamlin's like, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like you gotta go back to your world, get the fuck out.
Do you think that was the right move?
So I don't know. Here's the reason. When Rhysand comes, he also sees her. Like, she's him, whatever. He's like, I see you, bitch. You know, what's your name? And
because they were trying to hide her.
Yeah, she's like, my name's Claire. And she's like, oh, it's this girl I thought of used to play with my sister or whatever. So when she does go home, everybody's dead. Her whole family, everything's been burned down.
Yeah, that was rough stuff.
So it's like, Tamlin obviously knows what he's dealing with. And it's like, he's dealing with somebody who is going to kill her. And it's, you know, and now I don't know. So yeah, in retrospect, I'm looking at it. Seems like maybe that was the right move. Whatever. Again, she didn't know. I don't blame the girl. You know, she gets home. She's like, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah. that was pretty fucked up.
So
she's like, my family's safe though.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, they killed the servants. Like everybody just died. And so you're like, that's fucked up. She gets home. She got a bunch of money because, you know, whatever. Dead aunt. But her family's got a bunch of money. Everything's good. Status is back. All the good stuff. So then she's like, nah, I gotta go back. Her sister also, one of her sisters is like, I know where you've been. Like,
Nesta.
You ain't fool me.
You called her something different.
Nisa or something?
I don't know. What do you,
Nesta.
You're struggling with the names.
They're tough. So she's like, yeah, I know what you've been up to. So then she goes back. And then when she gets back, the house is empty except for that, like, helper fairy lady.
I forgot her name.
Yeah, and she's the one who gives you a bunch of information. Like, this is the curse.
So explain what you know about the curse. Because I'm trying not to, that's the only tough part about me not reading it with you is I'm trying not to, you know, give too much information.
Okay.
So explain what you know about the curse.
This is what I know about the curse. About 49 years ago, Amarantha, basically, you get the backstory of her sister being with a human, so she pissed off, whatever, and she put some curse, tricked everybody into having these masks on, and they had like 50 years for a human to kill a fairy because they hated the fairy and then fall in love with Tamlin or something like that. And it had to be like a girl who killed it because she hated the fairy.
Which is so specific.
It was like some really big
specific
contingencies in there. Like, just having the wall in place and fuck hating and killing a fairy first, like it was already gonna be tough. So, but somehow by grace that happened.
It has to be like a female specifically.
Yeah. Like, you know, she's gotta have autumn hair, right? So I don't know. It's a whole deal, but it happens. And then, so that makes you think, because one of the last thing Tamlin says is like, I love you, right? And she's just like, thank you. And she doesn't say it back. And if she would have said it back, that would have broke the curse. Everybody's mask would have fallen off. Amarantha would have been, left alone, whatever.
That's a tough thing to say back to somebody, and I love you.
Right.
Thanks.
So thanks. You're like, wow, that's tough. That's tough to overcome.
It would be tough.
Don't say it if you don't mean it, but that is tough to overcome.
Agreed. What is the appropriate thing to say when someone says I love you and you don't?
I think it's like, I'm moving in that direction, and whatever. Yeah. I think you just got to be
fully communicating.
I am almost there, and I want to continue that. This is not a I'm almost there. I think you just hit it right before me. And again, that's still not. You're not going to want to hear that.
That's still tough.
I don't know how you hear it.
Yeah,
because that's tough. You want to, but somebody has to be the first person to say it.
They do.
And you're saying it with emotion.
And you hope it's mutual timing, but it's not always going to be.
Right, and you're like, I'm just feeling it in the moment, and like this is and you're shooting your shot, and it's like, okay, if you really sit down and think about it, that doesn't need to be reciprocated immediately. That's not realistic.
And that shouldn't be your reason for expressing it.
But oftentimes, people, you say it back.
Naturally, you want to hear it back.
And then it just grows, hopefully, as you know what I mean. And it happens.
But she didn't. She said
she
thanks.
Didn't. She was just like, thanks, I appreciate that. And you're like, he's like, oh shit, no, it's no big deal. It's just it's 3 days, and then Amarantha's gonna fuck my people up.
All of these people involved that you just doomed.
Also, part of the curse is nobody could tell you anything about anything.
Yeah.
So she gets some of that info, and she's just like, oh, and she's just like, yeah. And she fucking killed all these humans, and she got all the courts and tricked all of them, and she took over power and and she's just like this monster.
Super powerful.
And Farrah's like, bet, send me her way. And you're like, what the fuck?
She has BDE.
Like,
she's like, I got this.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to go save my man. And I'm just like, not from what the fuck I just heard. You're not.
Not from... You're overconfident.
Yeah, so guess what? She walks into this mountain, and some dude laughs at her and just fucking takes her right in front of the queen. They just beat her ass.
They do.
And then she's like, I'm going to give you some... Basically, she's like, I'm Amarantha, this me, this my people. That's Claire up on the wall. And this girl's just nailed up to the wall. And she's just like, yeah, I just tortured her and all that. And
that's your fault.
And you're just like, yeah. Like, tough.
Do you feel like the tone of the book has changed so much, like in this section, the Under the Mountain?
Yeah, and I like this.
Yeah, I told you that was going to be the case.
I like this. The first, again, I was listening to it again. It's kind of like whatever. It's a little boring for me.
It's very fairy tale-ish,
But I'm like, okay, it's all these books, and you're like, oh, it's got some good stuff. Like, you'll enjoy it. So I know that I'm building up to something.
Yeah, and then it's like, boom, now we're going to torture and kill people.
And I was like, damn. So she's basically like, I can basically kill you now. Oh, and she's like, asked Tamlin, who's this? Tamlin's like, I don't know. I don't know her. Whatever. Lucian comes out because Lucian's the man. And you also find out that Lucian's eye got lost by Amarantha. She dug it out. Also, Amarantha is wearing the eyeball of the dude who killed her sister as a ring with a bone.
Sure is.
And the eyeball is moving, and everybody's like, yeah, well, that's that dude's soul and consciousness still in there. And
yeah, that'd be rough stuff.
Crazy.
What a way to exist.
Right. So she's like, oh, everybody said don't make deals with this lady and like don't trust this person, but back's against the wall. What am I supposed to do?
What are you gonna do?
Makes the deal. And she's like, cool, thanks for accepting. Fairy friends, can you beat the absolute piss out of her now? And so they do. They just beat the absolute fuck out of her. And,
this poor human.
And just drag her to a cell. And you're like, that's about what you should have expected based on what this person had told you.
And in real life, you'd be dead.
You'd be dead as a bitch, right?
Yeah.
But then Lucian shows up in the night, and he's like, let me fix your face a little bit. So he fixes her face and disappears. So now she looks fucked up, but he didn't fix her nose and all her shit. So we got there. She's just like, yeah, I'm going to have to figure out these trials. And Amarantha's like, cool, there's a riddle. And if you answer that correctly at any point, you guys are free.
Did you figure out the riddle yet?
Fuck no.
Okay.
How would I figure that out?
I did immediately, but.
Really?
Yeah.
You are so smart. I'd have to listen to it again.
When you find see the answer, I think you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that checks out.
I'd have to see the whole question again. But yeah, so it's like you can answer the riddle immediately. You guys are free. If you get it wrong, you die. Or I'm going to give you these 3 trials, and then they come at like full moons. And I'm at the first full moon, and that's basically where it's ended. They're just like, it's the first full moon, time to get up, wakey wakey.
Has anyone else come to her cell during any of these points?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But Amarantha did, I guess, or is known for like being very specific with what she says. So it's like, it was also like Pharaoh was like, oh, well, so you'll let us all out, right? And you're going to let us live, right? And it was like all this wordplay. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, that's like something's up with that too. Something's being unsaid. And I don't know if that's just trickery that's supposed to throw you off, or there is more to like these very specific.
Yeah, I feel like that's such like a common like thing where people making deals and you got to have the wording exactly right.
So I'm like, all right, well, I guess it sounds good. Like there's nothing missing, or is it one of those things where everything's going to go good? And she's like, actually, when we made that deal, and that's what my expectation is. But
yeah, but that's where you're at.
That's where I'm at. We're at the first full moon, first trial.
Okay. So obviously, I've been asking you questions along the way about different thoughts on things. But I said I was going to like have you continue to update like your thoughts on characters and how you feel about people.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Tamlin?
Tamlin's scared.
Yeah.
And he may just be smart.
Mm-hmm.
But like he won't even. He's just like, I don't know her. But he also knows that it's because Amber's going to kill her whole family and like.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on how he's handling this whole situation?
I need more info so far.
Okay.
Because at the point that I'm at, I'm like, okay. Yes, as you're viewing him as almost like a beat down puppy. Like he's just like, I'm giving up. There's no way type of deal. And I can see that, but I can also see like if you're intelligent and you're up against something like you're not going to win, like this is a unbeatable thing. And maybe he's already developing a plan or whatever. I can see him trying to be smart. I'm not him, but just somebody trying to be smart and kind
like
of
he's got something
methodical. Yeah, like doing this for a reason and have kind of a plan that you're working towards. So I don't know if he's just giving up hope and he's just beat down puppy weakness or he's being methodical right now. I don't have a read.
Okay.
If he's being methodical, okay. Like you got a plan. We're working towards something. I'm good.
Fair.
If you're just beat down puppy, you a bitch. Like you just, you know what, take your place as her little puppet or whatever, little boy toy and like Tamlin's out.
Okay. That's fair. I'll be interested to see. Like, as obviously, yes, like there, things will continue. There's a fair amount of book left, so you'll.
Or is this all just something to get Farrah? Because Farrah's not who we think she is. Like, I think there's something up. Like, there's some past. There's something going on.
Yeah. What do you think about Farrah? What do you think about the choices that she's making? Her character in general. Is she annoying to you, or do you think she's pretty tough and strong?
Well, she had watery bowels when somebody said something to her, and I was just like, the fuck? It gave you diarrhea
I told you that was coming back.
So I'm like, what's up with your doo-doo guts?
I think it's something that a lot of people could relate to.
I'm sure you get super nervous.
I get nervous tummy sometimes. Right?
Everybody does. I know. I was joking. We all get nervous tummy. But watery bowels caught me off guard. I was just like, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's very descriptive. It was very descriptive. So I think that there's more to her. Like, I don't know if it's some kind of past or something. Like, there's something I don't know. There's more to her past, her history, either that in like as in childhood, or she's been glamored, or she's lived a life before. There's more to who she is. I don't know what that answer is, but I feel like there's more to something that I don't know, something missing.
Okay.
I feel like some of her decisions have been pretty selfish, but like she's a young lady, so it's, she's like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get Tamlin, and it's kind of like, that's a really bad idea, and giving up Claire's family. And it was like, then like, you knew when you gave up, he was like, don't give them up because like, they'll kill you. Like, don't give them your name. And she's like, I got to give somebody's name. And they killed everybody.
Like, you couldn't have just given a stranger's name?
Right. You couldn't just, like, made up a fucking name. Like, I don't know. So that was tough where you're like, she's like, oh, I feel like it's my fault. And you're like,
it is.
Well, it is your fault. Like, again, I get you're trying to, like, get out of there. So I don't think she's terrible by any means. I think she's making fine decisions on most of the stuff. She's just trying to survive her way through. Now she, and then falling in love with the man. She's a young lady. This fairy tale. Like, you get all that stuff. But yeah, I don't think she's like super good. If she was like this, like really good, whatever martyr type of person, I don't know if she would have got all Claire's people killed and like servants and everybody. That's a lot of death on your hands.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know that she was anticipating that when she gave the name.
No, I'm not saying she was, but it's like hard to paint this like holier than thou like person that comes in when it's like, well, there are a lot of innocent people that died because you just said a name.
Yeah, she's
like that's a lot of blood. So yeah, I think there's more to her.
What advice would you give Farrah at this point in time?
You're fucked. This was really, really dumb.
Yeah.
minimize everything, make it a quick death. Like,
what should she have done instead?
Enjoyed her fucking life with all her gold. Like,
but she loved Tamlin. You leave the man you love to be tortured?
Fuck Tamlin. He was like, did you just see me bow to that big boy?
That big boy.
And he works for another lady who's even meaner than him. And she's got everybody doing their bidding. And you find out that, like, he then lost his magic, or it's like very diminished magic. And that was like part of the curse is like, and Reese got a little bit more magic, so he can just be like making people do what they want because she ain't got everybody's magic. So he's like, listen, I can't beat these people. We're fucked. They be wearing these masks for fun. I told you, don't. The fucking, you know what I mean?
You think
like,
she should just listen to him and
you just think that, like, oh, she's just somebody you can beat. She's didn't have me wearing a mask for 50 years.
It is curious. Like, I'm curious what would have happened if she hadn't gone under the mountain and just had stayed home.
She would have lived a great life.
What the outcome would have been.
All this, her family's good. She's got all this gold. They didn't kill somebody else's family. Fuck it. That's over now. You know, they didn't think they got somebody.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to ask you that question again later. I'll try to remember. It's like, okay, like picture like after the end of this book and, you know, maybe once we get into the next one and we learn some new things, like what would have happened if she would have stayed at home? Because I don't necessarily know that she would have just stayed home and lived her life, but
okay,
we'll see.
Well, Amarantha's ultimate goal is to destroy the human realm, right?
True. So that obviously is another problem.
You know, I don't know. But also, let's be real. With all the shit that I heard, Feyre ain't coming up there and doing shit. She just took a big ass beating and prolonged death a little bit.
Yeah.
And if this was any realism whatsoever. Now, I expect her to get out of it. But.
Okay. Well, tell me, you started when we were talking yesterday, and I told you needed to save it for the podcast, but you started talking about Rhysand and like what your thoughts were on him.
He's BDE.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he came in and she's just like, oh, this is the most attractive man I've ever seen in my life. So like, okay, well, that's a good start. And she's like, he's bigger than Tamlin. And you're like, okay. And then he's just more powerful. Like, it's obviously like she's just like, oh my God, look at this man. You know? So, but also fairies can wear disguises and look different than how they really are. So in my mind, I'm like, maybe it's true. It could be. Or this could be some little goblin hunchback boy.
Could be.
You know, whatever, you know.
That's an interesting idea. It absolutely could be.
Glamoring you or something or whatever stuff's called. Or, you know, I don't know, appearing different. Whatever they do. So, I don't know. That could be it. But initially, I'm thinking like, oh, now we got competition. You always say in fantasy books, the first one you meet's the real one or whatever. Like when they have like this love interest and then it's this other love interest. You've always been like, oh, it's always the original love interest. That's the one she ends up with.
Not always.
I know. I feel like that's what you always said in books.
No, well, like even like in Fourth Wing, like you go into it and you're like meet.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically you do meet Xaden first.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. But no, it sounds like Rhys he's gonna be clapping some cheeks, I believe.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
A couple more questions.
Okay, no, please.
So you've met a lot of creatures, and you were talking about those. What one do you think is the scariest so far? Which one do you not want to end up in a dark alley with?
What's the thing? Was it the bog? What's the bog?
Yeah, there is one of those.
I'm trying to remember which ones are which. There's the ones that
there's the adder.
Eat you. Yeah, they're like peel your flesh off and eat you ones.
Yep, those.
I don't like that.
There's the cereal.
Cereal. That's the one that can appear. What was the one that appeared like her dad begging for help, like tricking her?
I think that was the bog. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the bog. I think that's the one, yeah. Yeah, I guess I would say the one that wants to eat you, the one that wants to like peel your skin off and eat you.
That would probably be one to avoid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scary ones.
Yeah.
So what are your predictions? Where do you think this is going? How do you think this book's going to end?
Ooh, good question. How is this book going to end? This book is going to end either, I guess, fuck it, I'll just shoot my shot. This book is going to end with Feyre completes the third moon trial somehow. But some fucked up shit's going to have to happen in these trials, right? Like, but she's got to harm herself, she's got to kill someone, she's got to sacrifice a sister or something. Like, I expect some fucked up shit to happen.
All good thoughts.
And so it's either going to end this way. Tamlin dies.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm not going to give you a bunch of options. Tamlin dies.
Okay.
Because she's like, okay, you got your final trial, whatever. Cool. I can kill your family, Feyre. or I can kill Tamlin. Or you can kill your family, or you can kill Tamlin, whatever. And she's going to kill Tamlin. And then I think that's where this book ends. And I don't know what the next step is, how you turn that into 6 books. I don't know.
Very interesting prediction.
You know, and then she's just like, maybe she's got some power or something. I don't know. Something happens.
Okay.
Or saving her family, you know, builds her like this good power. And she's like, you know, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, lots of books left.
Yeah. So that's what I think. I think Tamlin's dead, and she's just like, the fuck happened? And she's pissed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Rhys claps some cheeks by the end.
Oh, by the end of this book.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see.
No, that wouldn't make sense if he does. If Tamlin does it, she wouldn't do that. Rhys claps him by the end of definitely book 3, but yeah, I'll say about book 3. End of book 3, maybe book 2. I wouldn't be surprised by the book. He's not gonna have no sex in a book. Yeah, book 2. He claps him by the end of book 2.
Okay. Well, we will see if your predictions pan out. We'll try to keep track of those. Probably should write them down so that we remember what you said, but you know, we can always go back and listen to it.
Sure.
So next I have a game for you.
Okay, perfect.
And it's kind of related to ACOTAR, kind of not. Like some things are mixed in and some aren't. And it's going to be red flag, green flag, beige flag. So I'm going to give you some scenarios of some fantasy characters and the things that they do. And I want you to categorize them as whether you think they're red flag, green flag, or beige flag.
And beige flag is like, it's just, I don't care. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I was just like, fine. Yeah.
Is this like for them? Like, is this a red flag for that person?
Or just in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
like,
right,
do you think it's good
or
not? So let's start with someone has a secret tattoo that connects you magically.
Ooh.
And you don't know about it.
Green flag.
Green flag?
Yeah.
You don't think they should tell you about it?
Who? That person?
Yeah.
Oh, they know that it connects us magically, but they're not telling me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Somebody that calls you darling.
Beige flag.
Okay. Somebody that calls everybody else darling.
Red flag.
Somebody that can read your mind or emotions.
Red flag.
Why? Why is that a red flag?
I don't want nobody in my fucking head.
Yeah?
No. Nobody wants to be in somebody else's head. You know just how crazy they are.
Mm-hmm.
Just exactly what they're thinking all the time. Nah, I'm out. Now, if we like have this connection together, where it's like we can telepathically like communicate, sure.
You like that?
But like emotions, I don't want to feel your emotions. I don't
think I'd want to feel some emotions either.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't control it.
Right.
Somebody that is willing to kill for you.
Oh, green flag.
Green flag.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I was like trying to look for these up, like looking at like different ideas, and it was like that's like definitely red flag. And I was like, I knew that for you it was going to be green flag.
Absolutely.
Is a shapeshifter.
Green flag.
Green flag. You like that, huh?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I had for you.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
that's cool. I guess there's meaning behind that.
Some ways.
Okay.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Interesting.
We'll revisit.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Not many beige or red flags, couple.
Yeah.
Here and there. I have a question for you.
Okay. Hit me with it.
It's a scenario. It's more of as a mother and as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a red flag, green flag thing.
Okay.
Similar. Now that you mentioned that, it's similar.
It falls into the same category.
Okay. Here's a scenario. You're a young lady.
Mm-hmm.
Suiting this person, maybe. And this is your person. I have a 25-year-old man.
Okay.
College graduate. Had done well professionally. And I mean like a multi-millionaire at 25.
Sounding like green flag so far.
Yeah, I mean several times over. 20, 30, 40 million dollars. I mean a lot of money at a young age.
Okay.
25.
That is a lot.
Seemingly at his job, loved by all, lots of friends, always smiling, happy-go-lucky guy, success a lot. Like it's just infectious energy, charismatic. Like those are the words that people use to describe this person.
Interesting.
Where are we at so far?
Green flags, yeah.
Seemingly no negative, things. But his mother is very close to him.
Oof.
And then this young man has a lot of money, we discussed. And he's a young man. So what I think is acceptable is his mother is seemingly managing a lot of his money too.
Okay.
But managing his image, managing his business dealings, maybe getting almost in the way at work at times, causing him negative image from the outside with her doings. Do you think your mom or a mom would be too close to be your agent? Somebody who represents you.
So this is definitely Justin's way of bringing in a sports segment when and I didn't say you couldn't do a sports segment.
I had no idea what you were referencing.
I just feel like this is absolutely your way of sneakily bringing in sports segment, which is fine. Mm-hmm. No, for sure, red flags.
Okay.
I know you have feelings and thoughts about it. Yeah. For those who completely have no idea what we're talking about, which is probably most people, you're talking about Jayden Daniels and his current conflict with his college and all of that stuff.
You don't need to be a sports fan to hear the scenario and know the story. It doesn't have to be sports related at all.
No.
So if you don't care about sports, it's fine. This isn't something you're like, oh, I hate sports. Like, fine. The man plays a sport professionally. That's what it has to do with this.
Right.
But
and his mom is way involved and like makes a lot of decisions.
Yeah, and putting him in bad lights. And like, so his mom represents him as his agent and his manager. Mm-hmm. He has separate attorneys, but she's his agent, she's his manager. She actually went, when he got drafted in the NFL, and went through the classes and got her certifications to become an NFL license or whatever agent to represent him. So it's not like that was her career before or whatever. Again, this is just a mother who is rooting for her son and has done a lot for his success and supported him.
And from my understanding, it wasn't that she wasn't in that world at all previously. Like, she did have some experience in that arena prior to him getting to that level. I think probably in anticipation of him getting to that level.
Maybe that's what it is. Right. So, and it's been a lot of stuff like maybe she's too close. Like she had said publicly, he couldn't have a girlfriend at one point when he was in college because he needed to focus on football. She's it's like a deal, package. And she's it seems like a loving mother.
Mm-hmm, of course.
But at times maybe is doing too much. So the current circumstance is she is representing him, and there's all this back and forth at his former college about using his name and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And now he's out there basically being like, you said nobody can use my jersey number at college, and you gave it to somebody. And what seems like publicly throwing a temper tantrum over something. And football season's right here, right? So it's kind of like, hey, you should be focused on your job. One pays you a lot of money. And he's kind of coming out being like, oh, I'm just hoping my team and
I think he's deflecting. I think he wasn't expecting the negative feedback that
it comes with it.
Came their way. And so he's trying to separate himself from it.
And I think that's a direct result of having your mother represent you. So I think your mother can follow you. She can be your manager. She can do a whole lot of things, a money manager, travel with you everywhere, be a part of your entourage. I think the person who represents you professionally cannot have that close of a personal relationship, right? Yeah. And again, I'm not saying anything that other people haven't said. There's people saying on the radio, whatever. Like it's a mutual feeling. I think a lot of people feel this way. It's like you can't be that close.
Well, I think that the core of that issue, though, comes to, and of course, is not something that I in any way knew anything or cared about previously, is the rules behind how that actually works. Like, that's not like your jersey can't be retired until after you've been gone for 5 years, which he hasn't. And even after it's retired, the actual number itself is not actually retired. Right. That's not how it works. It's more like an honorary thing. So it's regardless of what your feelings are on the whole situation. That's just not how it works.
And basically what it is when he was there, he won a Heisman, which is very prestigious award in college football. And the coach then, or athletic director then, or whoever told him, well, no one will wear your jersey number again.
Oh, yeah, that's just that person's
coaching
fault.
Staff is right, and that's Brian Kelly. Thanks a lot, Brian. You suck.
Yeah.
So that's that. That Brian Kelly is no longer there. The coach has changed. A man named Lane Kiffin, if you've ever heard of him. This fucking guy. Anyway, he's there. So and now they got the number 2 cornerback in the nation, right? Another professional who's doing well.
Who they promised could wear that number.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, they told me I could wear this number. And Jane's like, well, no, you guys said nobody could wear my number. And now he's like, well, and I want my copy of my Heisman Trophy back.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, this is like pettiness to the nth degree. This is what appears to me, your mother being your manager. You need somebody who goes, Jaden, I know you're pissed. Mm-hmm. And I get it. I'll handle it. All right, we're going to do it this way. No, we're not going to ask for a fucking Heisman copy back. No, we're not going to send them a cease and desist letter over a jersey number. That's going to make you look like an asshole. And the fan base is going to be like, this fucking guy, We don't need that. You're coming off an injury-plagued season. It's the middle of August. Preseason is on Friday. Your shit together. You got shit to focus on. We'll handle this. Focus on football.
Yeah, because it's definitely especially the backlash from it, which again, I don't think he was expecting, is definitely going to negatively impact him.
He's a beloved guy, but I think people are at the point with his mother especially and just all this stuff where we're like, hey, let's fucking lock in, man.
Yeah.
Let's focus on football. Let's focus on football.
Yeah, that's what I say. I always say focus on football. To answer the question that was originally posed, red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag.
And I love Jaden. I like straight up, I love Jaden Daniels. I mean, and you guys can tune out now if you want. It's been real. Follow us on social media at @TillBooksPod. Subscribe, download, refer.
Hey, you know what? We love you, Justin, and we just let you be you. Like, this is your moment.
I'm almost done. Listen, I talked about Tamlin for you guys.
You did.
I talked about Resan.
You did. This is a compromise situation.
Let me talk
here.
about Jaden. It's just I don't want to be a loser my whole life. You know what I mean? It's like I just have been a fucking loser.
And that
so
is how connected you are to your team, is that you feel a personal level of failure.
I do.
Because your team has not achieved success.
I just feel like such a loser. And I've been a loser for so long.
I mean, they made it to the NFC Championship the year before last. I mean, come on.
That was incredible.
That's like the highest level of success you can ask for. If you were a Bills fan,
Bowl would be
sure. I said that you can ask for.
Yeah.
If you were a Bills fan, you wouldn't feel like a loser.
No,
and they haven't made it to Super Bowl.
No, but that's a sustained success.
Yeah, sure, runs. It's sustained. Yeah, I get that.
Your quarterback doesn't give a fuck about his jersey number. By the way, trivia question: where did Josh Allen play football at college?
I have no idea.
Wyoming.
I've never have answered that.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not talking about shit. Like, he don't care. Now, is his jersey number he retired? Probably, but he didn't care. He's focused on football. He's focused on getting better. He's not focused on any of the dumb shit. Patrick Mahomes, not focused on dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, focused on football.
Maybe.
Travis Kelce, heard you looking chubby, brother.
I think that those were very unfortunate angles for him.
It was fucked up. It's so funny, though.
Well, and even Andy Reid came out and was like, I think he looks fine. Like, and they like posted photos the next day where he looked totally normal.
It was so funny. It's just
we've all had a terrible photo taken of us from time to time. I had a terrible photo taken of me today. It had me questioning everything about myself.
Well, the man who took your photo was 117 years old.
Yeah, we got passport photos taken and it did not go well.
No. And insanely expensive.
It was expensive.
Sometimes I just want to be like, excuse me, can you refer me to the creator of this business?
Yeah.
Like, whoever started it, I'd like to punch them in the face.
Because this is too much.
Yeah. Your owner, please, I would like to go ahead and punch them right in the face now.
That's fair.
So anyway, that's where I am. I've been a loser. And yes, it was an NFC champion, and it was so good, and it felt so good, and I felt like such a fucking success story, and I felt good, and it was like, hell yeah, you know, and then the season started, and it was just like disaster, and then I wasn't even going to watch quarterbacks, so I was just like, he's on there, it was a shit season, and I don't want to even have to watch it, and I was like, no, it's a good show, let's watch it, and we did, and I was just like, not fun. Not fun. Also, his mother's on the show quite a bit. And again, I like a good, strong, loving mother and a supportive mother, but
gotta have some separation.
It's not looking good today.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where it is. I just don't want to be a fucking loser. And if he comes out and he looks like shit, or he gets hurt immediately, or it's whatever, it's just going to be like,
yeah, we told you so,
dude. And the fan base, like, this is a fan base that we can't take it. We can't take that shit.
Yeah, we're very emotionally fragile.
We cannot deal with that.
Yeah, just buckle up, guys, because we're heading into football season, and that will determine Justin's mood for like the next 5 months.
Yeah.
So be ready for that.
Well, it's just like, what's life even for sometimes?
Not for that.
You know, it's like, why am I even here?
Oh,
sometimes.
No.
That's how it feels on a Sunday sometimes.
Oh,
it's just
goodness.
Like, is this really what life is? This is my team? Like, I could have just been born in a different region of the country, and maybe I would have been like northern. I don't know, where the fuck you don't care about football at? Where is that at? Who doesn't care about football?
There's probably plenty of places.
Ugh.
Probably plenty of people listening.
Ugh. Guys. All right, wherever BFE people don't listen to football. Well, no, people love football in BFE.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Canada.
I bet there's people who don't
Canada,
know what BFE
you guys
is.
love football? Maybe. We play some games up there sometime. So, I don't know. And maybe if I was born there and it was like, I just didn't care, and I'd have my Sundays for 5 or 6 months of the year, and I wouldn't just take it personally or get so irrationally just like involved in sports and everything.
You remember how I said we couldn't go on a ramble here?
Guys, I already told you with at Till Books Pod. This is on you if you're still listening.
If you're still listening.
Yeah, I would be so curious to go into your podcast stats or whatever.
I feel like at what point people turned it off.
At what point are people like, let me see the decline in listeners.
And it would be
I'd say 5
now.
minutes ago.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would say for sure 5 minutes ago.
I checked out 5 minutes ago. So.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a good note to end things on. Again.
Probably be done with the book next time.
Yeah, you probably will. So next time you hear from us, which again is not going to be weekly, it's going to be
whenever. It could be in a week.
It could be. Who knows? We'll see how things go is when we have the time. But,
Well, the way to avoid that is you put us on auto download or subscribe or whatever the way that you do your thing. And that way, when we put it out, you'll wake up in the morning and it'll be an episode.
And follow us on social media because we'll post whenever we drop an episode.
Or we feel like it.
Yeah, when we feel like it.